No.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, trophy hunters of all ages. This is the 19th episode of the Raw Cuts Gaming Podcast.
Woo! Oh,
there's
God, he's got a soundboard back
Are
on?
we going to get the South Park soundboard back this week? Someone needs to go play some practical.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
got
And we're getting
ass
naked. We're a little saucy this Thanksgiving week. Well, tonight I'm your host, CJ, a.k.a. the Solo Gamer, a.k.a. the Trophy Hunter. Joined tonight, as always, by Mr. Closing Optional himself. He's both definitely not a noob.
Woo!
D, a.k.a. the Naked Gamer.
Naked Gaming.
And we're joined, as always, by the hot taken, Twitter beef making, gamer mediocre himself, Woodsy, a.k.a.
Oh, that one came across nice. That one was good.
That one did come across nice.
If you smell Woods' upper decker.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Well, Google Woods Upper Decker. You'll find some nice Google.
so we got some special beers tonight, CJ. What are you drinking tonight? You got to show me.
I went back to throwback to college, man. So if you remember back in college, we were clinging to our Mississippi man himself, Mr. Brett Favre. So we used to drink
Le Favre.
Mississippi Mud. This classic black and tan porter.
You know, because
Woodsy.
when I texted you earlier today and told you I got a special throwback beer.
And since my podcast mates apparently don't talk to me, I have Boulevard Whiskey Barrel Stout.
Yes.
Right up there, dude.
And-
right up there.
And I've got some
Going out.
fucking, I got some goddamn
out.
Dragon's Milk too. And if you guys on the horn, if you guys have not had Dragon's Milk, holy fuck, go get some.
Yeah.
This thing too. These beers are all in the about 20 proof range.
That's from
With some hair
Brooklyn
in your
Beer
chest.
Company,
Oh.
that one, right?
Yeah. This one is 23, damn near. And
What is that, Brooklyn Beer Company? I think I've had that one before.
Boulevard.
Okay,
Also, I
Boulevard.
believe also in Minnesota. Nope, sorry, Kansas City, Missouri. I thought that Boulevard was up here.
Here's Dragon's Milk, though. New Holland Brewing Company.
Oh,
This is
love
where you
Dragon's
are.
Milk.
Little clinky clink. Pros.
Clank. Prost! Coronavirus!
Coronavirus.
We are going to do a live in person recording one of these days once.
Except now I'm on quarantine, so I got
Yes, you are.
I got a 2-year-old that needs to be home until, December, and the 6-year-old that's going to start kindergarten virtually, whatever the fuck that is, so...
Welcome to the club. It is not fun.
I'm pretty sure that's just called.
Yeah, it's
YouTube
called We
on
Take
repeat.
Care of Them, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Tiger on loop.
Yeah. Well, with all that nonsense, we thank you for the listener for tuning in to hear the rarest takes in the gaming podcast sphere. As always, we bring you our own unique takes on all things video games, all while recording and publishing our episodes edit-free. We'll bring you all our shows, all the podcast listening staples every Tuesday. You can find our show on Apple, Spotify, Google, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Anchor. And if you want to watch us for whatever reason, if you want to see the Naked Gamer being all saucy over there, if you want to see us cheers in our beer mugs and our brewskis tonight, you can find us on the Raw Cuts Gaming channel on YouTube.
Shit,
And
yeah,
live
and
on the
Twitchers.
And the old Twitchers.
Sometimes. We need to be better about it, but we'll get on
And-
there sometime.
And we're gonna shout it out straight away today. Shouting out to What Up McNutty. at
Fuck
What Up
you,
McNutty.
Ryan. You
Hashtag
fucking
our
little
friend
Hashtag our friend Ryan.
Our tag, our friend Ryan.
says you can kiss his ass.
It's true. Hey Ryan, do you like pie?
Yeah, so this week we'll be getting into what we've been playing. We'll get into some of the gaming news of the week, as always. We'll get into trophy time. Last week I touched on the trophy updates with the PlayStation 5, so I want to kind of circle back to that. As
I'm
I
actually kind of
played some more
excited to
PlayStation.
hear you get into that.
Then we have the old rotating segment coming back into play with What You Smoking,
Woo, what you smoking?
where the Naked Gamer gives an update on what he's been smoking. And
What's you smoking something?
we'll get to Woodsy's pile of shame because this week was an
Massive pile of shame update. Massive.
epic pile of shame update.
That's
So-
true. Epic.
So with that, Big D, Normally I kick it to you here with what you've been playing, but we
Uh-oh.
have some live breaking news,
Uh-oh.
not in the script.
Oh shit!
Big D,
I don't even know what's happening.
you unlocked the Platinum Trophy of Life and were able to snag a PlayStation 5. True
Shit,
or
yeah.
false, from Walmart.com.
True. And I just wanted to elaborate a smidgen because, as I'm sure all, like, damn near anyone who listens to this has probably been in the boat of trying to get in on this with Walmart. And I just thought my experience warranted just a little exposition on it. It almost seemed like just like what PlayStation does with the queue. It almost seemed like I got into some sort of preferential bubble because I was telling you guys I had one erroneously in my cart. I thought that was going to work to my advantage. It ended up I clicked it 30 seconds early and it disappeared out of my cart, so I had to do the whole thing over again. I added to cart, and I did, as you guys all know, if you've done this through Walmart recently with PS5, that there's like 12 button clicks. Even if you have a profile with your card and all that other shit, there's still 12 clicks. So I did all of them with no reloads, no hesitation, no nothing. I just click, 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 and it worked. It was the weirdest fucking thing after doing like 4 or 5 of these with you guys too, where it's
We're
like
all in on it.
it's all frozen. It's all, I got to reload it 7 times. Like it was just, and I thought it was just so weird. So I just kind of wanted to share that. It really did seem like there was some sort of different bucket I ended up in, where I had like won the raffle already, and I just needed to complete it versus getting lucky, as you refresh, right?
Yeah, no, we were all trying for it. We had a group on a chirp thread of our friends, and we were all trying to buy them, not necessarily for scalping per se, but for people like you, Woods' brother Jared, and our buddy Dustin are all trying to kind of get them in on the
Get the
PlayStation
bag.
5. So you were able to
goals.
secure the bag. So
And now we're all doing it for Jared.
because I am so excited that you were able to secure that bad boy.
Me
man.
too. Fucking A.
So yeah, well, yeah. So I wanted to lead off with that one. So
Thanks, man.
with that being said,
I didn't even know that was
playing
happening.
The odds. What you been playing, Big D?
Me? Oh man, a lot of we've been digging into that Modern Warfare Cold War, man. I'm gonna say, I'm actually, as a person who's played I probably played more Call of Duty than even Woods. Because I went hard in the paint on Modern Warfare and some of those other ones where I leveled the shit out of myself. And I must say, this seems like, for a variable game type, the best that they've done. Because I thought maybe Ryan, fuck you Ryan, was kind of bullshitting us with the map variation, the gameplay variation. So, I mean, they have like this new Dirty Bomb mode, where you go around and it's basically like you collect trinkets. Like, I think it's almost like Destiny-y, but you put them all in a big container and then that area goes radioactive, can't be in it. So, but it's just different, right? So that's kind of sweet. Woods, you played that with us that one time we were getting our ass kicked and we
Yeah,
quit.
I mean, it's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of that mode in particular, but you go ahead.
Well, so was it you, me, and Ryan that played where we did well, or was that me, Ryan, and Alex? I can't remember.
Might have been not
Not
me.
Alex.
It might have been CJ's brother. My bad. So there was a one where we were like almost winning, and then that made it way more fun. But Woods was right. So there's like if you end up getting stuck or like you kind of get fucked in the beginning, you just kind of end up parachuting in over and over and over and over and just getting fucking destroyed.
Killed
and,
the second you hit
just,
the ground, if you even make it to the ground.
And I agree, you can end up in a bubble where it sucks. But other than that, the maps have been great from what I've seen. The different gameplay options, the big team battle. I love the new map with the ships, where there's the ship off to shore, and then there's like it's like 2 boats out in the middle, and there's like a big open area in the middle with water, and then there's fucking like little boats, dinghies and shit you can drive around. Fuck, man, it's pretty sweet. So other than that, just I do a little Rocket League before you bitches hop on and we all game together. Fortnite's fallen to the wayside. That's gonna end up being the first season pass I didn't complete to get my money back. I just
Oh damn.
guys, it's been what, 2 years now, and we played that pretty hardcore, and it's just they don't do the thing with Apex where they rotate the map. Like, I know they blow up the map and they change it like as a season progresses or for different seasons and shit, but it's not like here's this map and this map and this map and this map, and then we have these different things that are per map where it could make it a little interesting. Like, it's the same fucking thing over and over and over. And as a group, we've gotten to the point where we're top 5 all the time. And so each match takes 30, 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. And I've just had enough of it. So, that's what I got.
So, what you been playing?
I've been playing a myriad of games.
Oh, it's a nice controller you got there.
Thank you.
Why is it wired?
It needed a little bit of a juice.
Oh, do you not have the
With that
docker?
being said, we'll get into what you've been playing here in just a second. But now that I see your controller wired in, have you been having any issues charging your controller?
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
Why?
There is a bug going around, which I have, where if you plug it into the front of your console, it drip charges your controller.
Oh, versus
the back of your
quick
console
charge.
or an outlet. So, you have your controller plugged into the front of your console?
No, it's plugged into a normal USB.
Yeah. Well, no,
wait,
I know that.
what does
but
that mean?
where is it
So are you
plugged
charging it via a
About
charger?
2 feet from my feet. Yeah, it's just on my phone charger.
in?
So
Okay, yeah.
that works now.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that with your PS4 controllers. That shit will not
Sure.
recognize the voltage coming out of a regular charger.
Oh, mine
Unless
does.
well, if you have the perfect voltage, it'll do it. I have the lightning
Right.
chargers and shit, and even the slow charge. You know my couch that I got the
Yeah,
chargers
yeah.
coming out of. The controller just doesn't care that I plug in that.
Yeah, so you just got to be careful where you plug it in, because right now they have problems with it charging from the front of the console. So
Jesus
and the cable
Christ.
is not that long where it would reach,
Yeah.
from your setup there. But
Can you,
I'm having that problem for sure. So
Can you put a USB splitter on the back? Have you heard? So that you
I
can.
mean, I have enough outlets
Yes, you
right
can,
now.
and
have
I
enough-
did, and it works just fine.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
I'm
anyway,
actually
go ahead.
I'm out of beer.
I got
You
got
have
my,
your beer. What did you tell us what you've been playing?
my Sacred Symbols lights plugged into my back of my console via my USB hub that I just shoved back there, so that it functions well. And I got a speed hub, so it's it's not going to matter because it's not using it for data transfer, just power. But man, I have been playing a great mini games. So I did jump in, play some more Sniper Elite 3. However, unfortunately, it didn't, I have to better figure out doing a couple practice runs with the streaming. My PlayStation 5s, I effed something up, and it wasn't capturing video, so I just purged it. But I will do another stream again this week. Been playing a lot of games. Picked up a game called Risk of Rain 2. First one got a bunch of great reviews. The second one did as well, and it's like a completely different game from the first one insofar as how it plays. First one was like a 2D a shooter game, platformer. This is takes place in a 3D world, and it's a roguelite, so it's pretty cool. You're just you hop in, and it's like a roguelite crossed with what's a shooter that plays like it? I don't know. Some goofy, like a goofy arcadey 3D platformer shooter. It's just good. Lots of fun, and you're just trying to get past where you were. I mean, you get your ass kicked all the time in this game, but that's kind of the point. Is you try to get your guy better through sessions, and then make your guy last longer, so on and so forth. So playing that, Rocket League, Call of Duty, Cold War. What else have I been playing? Let's see here. Let's just go into the list. Oh, picked up the original GTA trilogy.
Yeah.
The Grand Theft Auto 3 trilogy, I should say.
Did you jump
And
into Vice?
I did. I remember I was saying that the other week, and I've hopped back into Miami Vice.
Did they do anything where you don't need to put in like the fucking cheat codes and shit? Like you can just like hot button
No,
that nonsense?
all the original cheat codes are still there. You have to press them the same way you did before.
I guess that's nostalgic.
At least they're still in there.
I wish you
Right.
could just like go into start menu and be like, yeah, just give me the fucking the mega weapons pack 85 times. So I don't
I've
have
heard
to
the
do it.
map is smaller than you remember it from Vice City. Is that?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Because I mean, San Andreas was so huge, and then
Yeah.
and then 4 was big, and the new one is
5 is
extremely
just
large
a massive. Yeah,
and about to get larger.
yeah,
Um,
true.
So, been playing some Star Wars Squadrons.
What?
little
You jump
Gran-
back into there?
Yep, little Gran Turismo, and then finally I picked up another. Well, I got 2 more games that I got to talk about now. So I picked up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remake. Fucking love it. It is Jones and all those like freshman year of high school vibes for me. It's so good.
On
I
sale
feel
right
like-
now.
I say what? Yeah, it is on
On
sale.
sale right now?
$30
Yes, it is.
now on
Yep.
the PlayStation Plus or on the PlayStation Store. So, man, I gotta say, it's crazy how great of a job they did with it. Like graphically, the warehouse is one of like the best looking levels I've ever seen. And then like it's just a lot of fun, man. It's just a nostalgia trip. They got a lot of the OG music, and I feel like it's a lot harder than it was as a kid. Like it's less forgiving, at least on my landing and stuff like that. But I just got to pump my character up. So hopefully, after I pump him up a little bit, I won't be feel as handicapped. And then the final game I played this week, CJ, I have an announcement to make. May I approach the trophy hunter in chief?
Oh,
so
Jesus Christ.
announcements galore this week. Yes, absolutely. All are welcome here. What you got?
Not this one.
Good sir. I doth come to you humbled and present thee with my first platinum.
I am so proud of you. I
Busted the cherry.
Hold on now. Before you talk about how proud of me you are, we're having to talk about this last game that I played.
okay. What Ace Combat 7? Is that what you were shooting
no,
for?
no. So
Star Wars, right?
no,
Oh,
no.
What?
So also picked up along on the same sale a little game called My Name is Mayo. And I clicked the button like 11,500 times.
You slap that jar of mayonnaise.
Slap that jar of mayonnaise.
You need one of them
Get my
modded
first
controllers.
platinum. I should have.
So
Ridiculous.
you were saving your first platinum for something special,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you went to Vegas
Yeah.
and went to one of those outskirt little
Yeah.
shady
Yeah.
places.
This one was cheap and easy, if you get my drift.
Mm.
Ash
Sure
Vegas,
was.
maybe. I'm still. That's awesome, man. That's exciting.
Well, congrats to Woods. You got that platinum. Oh, hey, I wanted to join in on this bandwagon too, if I may interrupt.
Absolutely.
I went and put in my 15 minutes I needed to put into Rocket League to get my platinum there, because it turned out I really just needed to equip like 1 or 2 things and then basically play a season.
Nice.
So you did recently dive into the old PSNprofiles.com.
I did.
The site that I frequent often, which kind of I think led you to realizing how close you were in the old Rocket League.
I was. It was just like, you need to play the season, and then it had nothing tied to difficulty. And so
Right.
I literally
My
just
favorite.
put that shit on easy because I just wanted to fuck around and just get it done.
I mean, the Rocket League's an easy but very like doable platinum. You know.
Well, I'm
Like,
assuming if you would put that season mode on like insane, I'm assuming that's probably not that much fun. But,
No. I mean, you make it as easy as hard as you want.
Right.
There's a few tricky trophies. There's one of them where you have to like, which you got naturally obviously, where you have to like knock a player into a ball, which scores
The
a goal.
pull shot.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God, we accidentally get that all the time. And,
we do.
well,
We do.
and it's because Woods, Ryan, and I have gotten to the point where we're so good as a team that usually we're each just like fucking around trying to steal goals. And in the process of that, a lot of times someone will get rammed in the behind into the ball. And it's funny, we need to post more of those screenshots because, like, even when you watch the replay of the goal, like let's say it's Woods, right? Woods is doing an aerial and he's going for the ball and he's in the air and he's like this far away from it. And fucking Ryan or I just like fucking sideways into the screen and just in front of him steal the ball and put it in the goal, man. We have a lot of fun.
It'd be easier with the create button right now to post some of these things once you hop on that
I hope
PS5
so.
train.
Because, man, there's like 12 clicks to do it right now on the PS4. It's linked to Twitter and all that shit, and you got to type out a tweet.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And I don't like it.
So as far as what I've been playing, I've been chipping away a bit more at Demon Souls. Nothing but fantastic things to say about it. I am rolling with a caster for the first time. I usually
And what does
play
that mean?
as a sorcerer, so I shoot spells, you can shoot spells and whatnot.
The
so you can
mage
either
or whatever
roll as
for other
yeah,
games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I usually roll sword and board, just try to get up close and shield and sword people down. But rolling as a caster, trying that out for the first time, and it's a lot of fun, man. Just trying to do these different spells and playing the distance game and whatnot. So
What do you got to do for defense then?
stay back and roll. You can still use. I still use a shield. And I did
So is
pick
it
up
a
shield that
physical
has
shield then, or is it a magic shield?
a physical shield, but you can
Okay.
but you can also imbue the shield with magic, and then it raises its magic defense. So you can pick up different shields that have different levels of defense, whether it's 100% physical or or fire or magic or whatever. So I do have a shield right now that's 100% physical damage. Anytime this person hits you with a shield, I can close that thing up for protection. But I also popped the trophy last night, I think it was, for beating the Tower Knight, which is a guy you see in all the ad campaigns, a big ass dude with a shield, who's a pretty easy boss. But the problem is you have archers shooting arrows down at you, and you can get up to the archers and take all the archers out, which makes the Tower Knight pretty easy, kind of a puzzle boss of sorts. But if you beat the Tower Knight without beating the archers first, it's a silver trophy. So, of course,
Don't want any of that.
I'm going for it, baby. I'm going for this spot. So I did it in the first try. I was pretty stoked about that. Just having all the roll down.
You didn't even have to retry that one?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't
aced
tell
it.
me that. Nice.
I've aced all the
First
bosses
try?
so far. So I'm
Jesus.
getting my souls
CJ.
feet wet again. So yeah.
Dude, have you been teabagging anyone on the on your Souls forums that you've been following? Be like, oh hey,
no,
I don't know
no.
you noobs, but
Get
I've been
good,
acing all these. Yeah, get good.
There's enough souls trolls out there, and if I ever were to try to post in those forums, they would invade me and just wipe me in.
Like shit,
in a
I
second,
platinum that
'cause
weeks ago.
Those guys like reprogram Guitar Hero controls
Mm.
and
Yeah.
beat the game with that shit.
Oh, I think I've seen some of that shit. I used to see some of that when I was following people for Destiny, like when the Kings, can't think of it now, the King's Raid or whatever it was, King's Fall or whatever, can't fucking remember. But they did that same shit, like Guitar Hero controller,
Yeah.
and then also solo on the on the raid. Just
Yeah,
insane.
and they have dudes who will do it like with the no hit. A person like a year ago now, I don't remember when it was, but he beat Dark Souls 3 without it getting hit the entire game.
What?
So it's just like these dudes are just insane. So I gotta tread carefully in my talking shit.
Jesus.
But yeah, so some Demon Souls. I also popped in MK11. I teased that last week a little bit. I was pretty stoked about that with the new characters coming out with Rain, Melina, and Rambo. So they did get Stallone back to do the Rambo voice, which was it's pretty cool, man.
Is it badass?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. He has the big sword and like one of his
No,
fatalities.
is it a
he
Bowie
rips-
knife or is it a sword?
A sort of hunting knife. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a nice
okay.
sort of. It's like the big fucking knife.
Details matter.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but no, I was excited getting to the point of one of his fatalities is he rips the dude's throat out.
Oh my
like,
God,
he
that's
does a bunch
awesome.
of shit and like slices the dude out all the hell and then gets behind him and just rips his throat out. So that's a pretty cool fatality.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And I'll get into it in trophy time, but Mortal Kombat 11 has its own trophy list. So I went back and I replatinumed that game. So I spent the week
What?
just going through and
Wait,
replatinumed.
already?
Yeah, yeah, and I'll get into that in trophy time. But I did replatinum. So for this week, Raw Cuts Gaming is on the board.
That's
with
why
its
CJ's
platinum
not
around
on
the
with
board.
us on the Twitches. It's
Here I am.
he's
Here I
on
am getting
he's
my
on
first
private
platinum
mode
on
doing
My
market.
Name is Mayo. And CJ just casually platinuming the same game he already platinumed just again for shits and gigs.
Well,
Damn,
unlike you, I wanted to make my first platinum special on the PlayStation 5.
oh,
So I was very set on my first platinum being Demon Souls.
hey, it is special. Mayonnaise is
Yeah,
fantastic.
it is.
Okay.
But then when that Mortal Kombat had its own trophy list, I decided that my 50th platinum is going to be Demon Souls, and my first one on the PlayStation 5 had to be Mortal Kombat. So did I align my trophy list so my final trophy would be Scorpion's Toasty? You're goddamn right I did.
Oh, nice.
And did I turn on the video recording so I could record that? You're goddamn right I did. So yeah, it lets me get pretty nerdy with my trophies.
Love it.
And I also been playing a little bit of Astro's Playroom with Hannah again. So she's
Nice.
still
Oh
loving
yeah, I was
that.
playing that too. Yeah, that's such
Were
a
ya?
good game.
And Miriam was playing it even. My
What?
wife. So
How's Miriam liking it?
she liked it, man. Like
That's
it was,
awesome.
I had to go pick up. I went to go run to the liquor store to pick up some Mississippi Mud, and Hannah was playing it. So Miriam stayed down with her and played a little bit, and so got the old wife
That's
on the
fucking
old
great.
stick. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I get excited. My 6-year-old, we've thrown even the VR headset on him, and he's been playing the old Astrobot, the OG.
wait till Jake plays Astrobot
The
next
new
week or
one?
whatever,
Yeah.
whenever that thing comes in. He's gonna love that shit, man.
I'm
The
excited.
controller's awesome. He's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
get-
excited.
his
That's
little
actually the
mind's
thing
gonna
I'm
be blown
most
by that.
excited about. I'm excited to get my hands on that new controller you guys were.
Oh
amping
yeah,
up.
dude. It's I have to say, my hands are just still used to the DualShock 4 because I like.
Oh, is the new one
other
bigger or
one, weird.
smaller?
I feel like
Just
it's
different.
definitely bigger. It feels different.
Bigger.
And
Jesus
I actually
Christ.
got like hand fatigue for the first time.
Wow, that's
that I
surprising
can
with you.
remember.
I mean that
It's like a
because
lot of
was as the strongest grip of any person I know ever.
Just
His
the one
hand
hand
muscles,
grip.
hand muscles are just out of bounds.
All those forearm curls I'm doing,
Yeah.
12 ounces at a time.
Yeah, up and down.
12 ounces? Yeah, I guess that's probably about right. Anyway, I lost my train of thought completely. But
the DualShock.
I got
something.
controller fatigue for like the first time in I don't
Weird.
remember how long the other night when we were gaming.
When your
pretty
hands
hard.
actually hurt.
It was just it's big. I mean, it's just.
What
a
about
little
you,
bigger.
Siege? Same,
So-
same. Because you've been trying to platinum shit. You must have put in a bunch of hours. Your hands been hurting.
No.
Not
No,
No,
really.
but it reminds me of actually a lot of the Switch Pro controller. The face buttons are smaller. The Switch Pro has like all the A, B, X, Y are huge. They're very big buttons. In the PlayStation 5, they're pretty slim. But the actual form factor of it reminds me a lot of that.
Now, CJ,
so
did you agree with me the other week when we were talking about the PlayStation button? How we prefer the DualShock 4?
Yeah.
Oh
I do.
no! Is there
I do.
no
And I've
like
heard a lot of-
home button?
I've heard a lot of people. Yeah. So speaking of that, I've heard a lot of people having similar sentiments to what we've been saying with it being the missing actual circular button versus just kind of like the
Right,
logo or whatever. And it's definitely a lower profile button, similar to the face buttons.
right.
And with the mute button being there, now the mute button, I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat, and I forget that my controller's live, a hot mic. So, and in Mortal Kombat, you can voice chat with randos, So one of the last trophies I was waiting to get was you have to do a tower, which is a ladder of people. One of the towers is a very specific one that only comes so every so often, and you have to do it with 2 other people. So you have to be 3 people doing this a tower together to try to beat this hard boss, right? Well, the problem is only so many people have gotten a PlayStation 5, let alone upgraded Mortal Kombat 11. So anytime I was searching for people, I would sit there and spin and spin and spin, and it would randomly pick up like one person or maybe one, no one for a long time. So I kept going on and not finding anyone or one person timing out. So I had a bitch of a time trying to get that trophy. To the point where I was going to go on the PSN profiles and start a boosting session. But that being said, I had a hot mic, and I picked up the 2 dudes I needed to pick up to get my 3-person attack. And I'm like, yeah! I was like, fuck yeah! I start yelling, and all of a sudden I see the little mic on my little TV start flashing. I'm like, oh shit! I have a hot mic. So
Oops.
I muted myself and pop my trophy and quickly.
Yeah.
Continue on, yeah.
The other thing that I feel like I actually prefer the DualShock to is they made the sacred symbol buttons have a much lower profile to the controller than did the ones on the DualShock 4, and they feel like the Xbox controller buttons, but they're even still like lower profile than that. I'm not. I don't know how I feel about that.
So do you mean the button is smooth, or that you can feel the
just
symbol
like
on the button?
It's concave or it's convex. So as opposed to like on the PlayStation 4, they're just like tabs that stick up.
Yeah,
almost,
they're
right?
like cylinders.
Right.
Yeah.
These are more like your 360 controllers buttons,
Ooh.
but they are.
They don't bubble up that high. But
Yeah, I don't think they bubble up as high as I would prefer them to actually.
I would get the cylinder because like on the Pro controller for the Switch, the cylinder has a long shaft to it, right? So it sticks up pretty high. Unlike the PlayStation 5 DualSense, it's the old woodsy, where low.
It's a little nub.
Yeah.
Are
you in?
But I'm excited. It's a good controller, man. It's a really good controller. So, all right. Well, with that being our longest opening, let's get into some news, boys.
Foreplay's always the best. You're welcome, viewers. Fuck you, right?
This is good. No, they tune in for our witty banter, not necessarily the gaming news.
That's
but
right.
we'll kind of whip around here for you guys. So Jim Ryan, PlayStation's new talking head, came out and has given a whole pile of news. We'll skim over some of the bigger talking points. But I don't think we covered this last week. You've heard us reel on about it. But Jim Ryan did have an announcement last week where he just sounded completely tone deaf, saying that the PlayStation 5 does not have a storage problem.
More so than anything else, his exact quote was, "We're not hearing that."
Yeah, and that's either tone deaf or completely ignorant or
You ain't trying to listen if you ain't hearing that.
Right.
Period. And
Which
if
is
you follow
surprising.
me, if you follow Woods_Wads or __ Wads on Twitter, I ranted about that for a good hot minute the other day because it was ridiculous.
I mean, we
We covered it in our speculation on the PS5 when they first announced that that's what the hard drive was going to be. We were like,
Right, but it's not so much a reaction to the disappointment that exists. Like, we know that it exists in the community. It's more so the almost the shock factor that the CEO of PlayStation is trying to pretend, because he's heard it. He's trying to pretend like it's not an issue to save face, and it's the most ridiculous bullshit ever. I could never, ever see that coming from what's his nuts, Phil Spencer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, ever. And Jim Ryan, unlike Phil Spencer, is not an approachable or accessible dude. He's not on Twitter. So when I have to CC angrily about his bullshit, I'm
you got to tweet at PlayStation.
Hitting up Shuye, hitting up Mark Cerny, and at PlayStation, and that, I just...
And I find the weirdest part that, like, he didn't even try to deflect like you would expect a corporate person to do, which would be, hey, we have a plan for that expansion drive. That's the thing. We expect that market to explode, and we expect you to be able to put, within the next 2 to 4 years, a 4 or 8 terabyte expander in there, and it's not going to be a problem. We're working very hard right now to certify that list so that you guys can get 1-2 terabyte expansions. Like I would expect a CEO to say something like that versus, well, that's not a problem.
It reminded me so much of the Chappelle Show Black Bush skit,
Right.
where they're asking him, "What about those who say we're only in Iraq because of the oil? Oil? What oil? Bitch, you cooking? Oil? Get out of here!" What the fuck?
They came out and said, "Hey, we hear the storage problem, and we're working on storing PS5 games on external drive." Like, they even said that elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
to say that you haven't heard the storage is a problem was just baffling.
Well,
It's
and you guys have to remember, if you guys aren't in giant corporations, like eventually you get about 13 layers up in management, and you got people that manage that shit on spreadsheets. So right now, what Jim
Yeah.
Ryan is focused on is the incoming sales of the console, which are fantastic, and are going into a little sheet in Microsoft Excel that show him that he's doing okay as a boss. And he couldn't give two fucks about any other news that's coming in.
Well, with that being said, another piece he came out, a little nugget of news he came out with was the PlayStation 5 is completely sold out everywhere. They've sold through all of their PlayStation. So he was hand-wringing and so worried about marketing this console that they didn't manufacture enough consoles to meet up with needs. So
I don't know if that's true. I read a different article that said one bot scooped up 3,200, wasn't that?
So it was a collection of
Bots?
It was a reseller group,
There you
in
go.
UK,
and
in
they
the
were
UK.
all using bots, UK based, right?
I mean, the bot. I mean, it gets to the
I
problem
suppose
with-
3,200 is
it's
not
all
a
bots.
But
bunch,
they
but-
snagged up 3,500 PS5s, and it didn't discern between digital and
Right.
disc. But I assume most of them were disc.
Yes, that's what most
So
people have.
you did the math on that. $500 a unit, US. That's like $1.75 million worth of PlayStation 5s.
Yeah, to only make
1.75
maybe
million.
75% on your investment, because if you're lucky, you're going to get maybe 8 or 850 for those.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think you get 9 depending upon the
Maybe.
market, but a 40% make is still a 40% make. So
It's a lot of trouble.
It is.
it is, but it's almost an instantaneous $750,000.
But,
So
but to Jim Ryan, I mean, to your point earlier, is his spreadsheet show they sold
Correct.
out of their
His
on their
spreadsheet
end
says
of all
sold
their, so he's busy
which is the
patting himself on
problem with
back and-
consumers. We talk about this with Madden. We've had our complaints with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox and this, that, and the other thing, or at least I have, about features that are lacking or
Me too.
things
I'm in
I
your
think
boat.
they could
You
have
know
done
that.
better. But it doesn't matter. Those wants and needs of, I guess, the more discerning consumer, when myself included, everybody goes out and buys the fucking thing.
Because then the spreadsheet says
Always.
everything's fine.
Anybody want a Xbox Series S? Because those are still available.
Yeah, I saw up on GameStop right now, if anyone's listening live.
Yeah, they've been lasting a little bit longer
Oh,
on
yeah,
their
I can add the
various
cart.
sites. So,
PlayStation 5 Ultimate Gamer Bundle, $850.
oh, is that live now?
Live right
Or I thought it
now.
was-
Oh,
oh,
Buy it.
try adding again. It's probably out.
and I heard it
And
was
it's gone.
And it's gone!
Yeah, so a couple of little nuggets of news from the old JR here. He did hint at PlayStation coming out with their own version, a competitor to Game Pass.
No!
It now
Well-
it now sounds very much as if it is no longer an if it's coming, it's when.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
they
don't
said
say!
news is coming. We have nothing to say right now, but
So
I hope
Xbox-
it's not
so-
PlayStation now.
So let me get this straight. So Microsoft is able to get, what are they charging for Game Pass these days?
$15.
A month?
Game Pass Ultimate is $15 a month, yeah.
So they get all this recurring revenue monthly. And now PlayStation's figured that out. And now they're going to come out with a competitor. Shocked!
it gets to the old, Xbox succeeding and pushing PlayStation.
Good.
To improve.
Consumer wins.
Well, thank God it's taken them no time at all during this generation to start seeing that as a problem. Whereas when the Xbox 360 came out and handed the PS5 3 its lunch, granted it had a year head start on the PlayStation 3 in the market as well, but
Well, it's like Intel.
It took Sony good 2-3 years to adapt and change and become exceptionally consumer friendly. And it seems like, at least at a minimum, they are reacting to market pressure.
Good.
Regardless of the fact that they're still selling out all their shit.
But
which is very good sign.
But I would imagine that, like, circling back to Jim Ryan being concerned about his spreadsheet, I would assume that that's a pretty big wake-up call, because when you lock in people on the monthly recurring revenue model, then if they're in there, they're in your ecosystem, they're typically not leaving. And
well, yeah, but I think PlayStation Plus does that already.
It does,
right? With your catalog of games.
But what they did was they combined it with the online subscription so that it's all one thing.
Well, right, but yeah. So it'd be the equivalent of PlayStation folding in PlayStation Plus into PlayStation Now.
Correct.
Which is obviously what they're going to do.
Correct. That's where I see it going.
They might rebrand it now because they're going to.
I think it needs to be rebranded at this point.
Oh, it sure does. Yeah, big time. But you're going to see something like $100 a year or $120 a year maybe, so that they undercut Microsoft a little bit. But I think, if I had to guess, they're going to fold in all the shit we've been talking about here on Raw Cuts Gaming. You're going to see some sort of emulator thing for PS1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to see some sort of package where you'll be able to here's all the fucking old games. Don't give me your bullshit about the disc working. They're just all in here on the digital. Go play them. And it's all included in this thing that's $100 and some odd a year. At me.
Yeah. So it's exciting. We'll see where PlayStation goes with that. So, some other news this week. IO Interactive announced their next game. They've been teasing that they've been working on multiple games.
Yes.
My beloved Hitman is making a 007.
Yes. Fucking.
Where's the soundboard? We don't want to hear you.
I don't want your cholo sounds. Get out your soundboard.
So IO Interactive. There you go.
That was better. Synthesize. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
And hopefully a perfect pairing of developer and
E. Oh my god.
I mean, so we'll see where they go with it, but it sounds like they're going to make a prequel, the how James Bond comes to be. So yeah,
like a Daniel Craig style
this
story.
Trailer out, so not a whole lot, but man, talk about. I mean,
I'll tell you what, CJ. If it's good, I'll take a dozen.
R.I.P. Sean Connery.
I'm super excited that the Hitman people are doing this, because the first thing that popped in my head was and you covered it, CJ, on Trophy Time and shit. The infinite ways to beat a level, the different things to do. Like, holy shit, if you're a spy, and there's always got to be 10 different ways to beat the mission instead of the sequential way to do things like it has been in the past. I just hope that it's almost exactly like Hitman, but you could seduce this one, you could kill that one, you could convince this one, and it all ends up working out to make the mission objective, and it would be fucking amazing.
It almost makes me think that this is going to be some sort of narrative, or obviously a heavily narrative-driven action RPG version of Hitman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so more action, yeah.
And I would love to see something like that from IO.
Yeah.
They're not going to fuck it up.
No, I hope not. Because this makes me so excited, because I agree with both of you. I don't know, CJ, if you've played a bunch of the Bond games that came out, but yeah, as one of, dude, at me, man. OG, GoldenEye, I had my N64 thing. I had every fucking level unlocked. I loved that game. I did all the cheats, everything. I would own everyone at that game. That was where I first got super
Fucker
super
played
into
his
gaming.
odd job the whole time. Don't even.
No, I could beat you as Jaws, baby. I had that game on lockdown.
You were beating anybody with
Oh,
Jaws.
I did. My friends made me play as Jaws, and I
You're a
fucking
tall,
own
lumber
all of
tray
them.
ass.
All of them.
Yeah, but I mean,
Aim down.
There's been many a James Bond game that's come out, and they've all kind of fizzled. So I'm excited to see that IOI now has the IP and is going to hopefully run with it. So
Oh,
yeah,
do it.
One of my
Pretty
favorite
exciting news for the week.
developers. One of my
Yeah.
favorite developers. I don't,
I
always
do
love the
good.
fact that they are a Ready Player One reference. So always big shout out to IOI. So do good work. I have faith in you.
Yeah.
I feel
Kill
like this
it.
is almost like their Hitman has been a huge breaking out party for them as an independent studio the last 8 years, right? And I think now, if they nail this, they might start to get that CD Projekt Red hype start going for them.
Ooh, Woodsy, I like
So,
that. I like that a
Well.
lot. Wow.
And for better or for worse, that's bit CG Projekt Red a little bit in the butt. Given all the
Self-publishing,
delays
yeah.
and everything around Cyberpunk, and I hope that game is as good as the crazies want it to be, but it's not going to be. So, people that game is so overhyped at this point; it's ridiculous.
I know, and that
hope it's
scares
great.
me. I really want to buy it
Get
on
back
launch.
to my original point. I think that if they come out and make a solid Bond game that people like, whoa, we kind of expected a good game out of IOI. We didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of
I'm
exactly
stoked.
like how the Hitman franchise came back and just stormed the castle.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, Woods, because CG Projekt Red is always pretty pro-consumer about, hey, here's all this DLC, here's this thank you note. IOI is, hey, here's this level, have France for free, have this level for free. You bought number 2, here's Hitman 1, all folded in for free. You bought those 2, here's Hitman 3 with all those other levels folded in. Yeah, that's a really good analogy.
And
I
a
like
whole
that.
game in PlayStation VR.
Yeah, in PlayStation, yeah. So, heads up
Crazy.
right now, if you're listening pre-January, Hitman 3 is on sale right now for their Ultimate Edition if you want to try and buy that for the PlayStation 5. So shout out.
Cherry something or
IOI.
other. Cherry Stout. We can see it, D.
So that being said, let's get to some more Xbox news. So Xbox, this is one you threw in the dock here, Woodsy. Xbox Quick Resume, not so quick. What's going on with the old Xbox Quick Resume?
That's a Woods highlight right there.
Well, to be honest, I just saw that article hoping one of y'all would read it because I was busy doing shit.
I
Evidently,
did.
it's
So,
not going so great. I don't know.
So it's not every game is Quick Resume enabled.
You're right.
Only certain ones are. Assassin's, and then Microsoft came out and pre-launch, everything was running very smoothly. Post-launch,
Of
things
course.
kind of bogged down, which early launch woes
To be expected.
and whatnot.
Hashtag.
So they had a system update pushed out. They said, hey, you might update each game individually, all these other various things. But right now, Assassin's Creed Valhalla seems to be one of the kind of the pain points of, hey, this is not working the best. So Quick Resume is definitely one of the features that I'm jealous of on the PlayStation 5. Now, the games do boot very fucking fast on PlayStation 5. And one of the kind of the things you'll learn about, D, is when you hop out of a game on PlayStation 5 into another game, it doesn't warn you that, hey, this game's closing down. Are you sure you want to close this game now? The same
It just goes.
message you get.
whoop.
It just
Oh,
goes,
God.
yeah. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if PlayStation 5 is working on their own version of Quick Resume because they have this other
Well,
game.
so hold on though, because they have what would you call? Because when I'm playing Tony Hawk or I'm playing whatever, and I put my console in rest mode, and then I come back to it, and it jumps me right back into the shit.
But yeah, that's what they already have on PlayStation 4.
Right.
But the Quick Resume. But
Right.
I'm talking about
Right.
jumping between multiple
Jumping
games at
between
once.
games.
Right. So
Right,
they had
and
that. They had that switcher thing that they had that where it doesn't really quite have exactly what you all want in there. But the fact that they're not notifying you that this game's closing and another one's opening kind of leads me to believe that.
Well, the thing that where Quick Resume for me would be just so awesome, and this is why again I'm jealous of it, is like say when you're playing Warzone with your buddies, and you get diced right away, so you're out. losing the gulag, so you're just waiting for them to tell you over the mic that, hey, we got the cash, we're bringing you back. I could be doing like 2-3 runs in Tony Hawk while that shit's going on,
Right.
and I'm just taking off.
Yeah.
And then,
how badass would that be?
And he's like, "Yo, we bought you back in."
Yeah.
You know,
And you just pop
You
back
switch
in
rhythm
and
back in,
instantaneously.
right.
Bingo.
I
And that
would-
shit's
I would
coming,
be
man.
doing-
All
I
this
would do
shit
that
is a
shit
symptom
so
of exactly what
often.
we've covered several times.
Right.
Both of
Right.
these consoles had to have a biggest dick contest, and they're both out 6 to 8 months before they actually should have been. And they're features that are already in the roadmap. They're already
Or they're
working
half
on them.
baked,
Yeah,
you know.
it's
So-
that shit's coming.
One of the features and woes that I've been dealing with is the upgraded Mortal Kombat 11. So Xbox
Right.
has their whole smart delivery system where, hey, pop the game in. We know you have an Xbox Series S or at One X, whatever the hell you have. We're going to deliver you the best possible game you can get. I have the disc version of Mortal Kombat 11, so you have to have that into play. So you pop it into play and it says you can go in there and say, hey, install the free upgrade. So you purchase it from the PlayStation Store, but you need to leave the disc in to play it, have it as the unlock key for the PlayStation 5 version of Mortal Kombat 11. Well, the problem is once the disc is in the console, it installs the game. So it keeps installing the PlayStation 4 version of Mortal Kombat 11, which is 70 gigs. So I go in, I boot my console up, delete the game, or stop the download because it says, hey, this game's downloading. Because it even caught me one time because I thought it was just an update. It said, hey, this game's downloading. I assumed it was an update to the PlayStation 5 version. I played some Demon Souls, hopped back into Mortal Kombat 11, and then I noticed there was loading screens. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I closed out, realized it was the PlayStation 4 version, so I deleted it. And on the cross media bar, it even defaults to the PlayStation 4 version. So whenever I boot it up, you have to go to the 3 little dots, say switch to the PlayStation 5 version, and go from there. So these are all these early adopter kind of woes you deal with.
Yeah.
And I think it's predominantly because it's the physical media versus being the digital. So if I had like the digital Spider-Man, I could just say, hey, just download the digital version of the PlayStation 5. But because the disc is in there, it keeps trying to boot that. So it's really, really encouraging me to get away from.
They do, yeah, man. They got to come up with some sort of Mission Impossible bullshit where you load the disc in, it fucking nukes it, and you get the forever digital one with all the upgrades or visual enhancements or
Man,
fucking.
that's a great analogy.
And,
dude. That's
well,
a great analogy.
I mean, it's serious. Like,
It is a
I
great
totally
analogy.
agree.
they got to start putting the DRM if they want it on the disc, because there's literally zero reason that outside of like a GameFly or something where maybe they have, you know, instead of the country content lock like we talked about the other week, they have their own version of the game that has a different DRM that you can't do that with. But if you buy it from Target, Walmart, blah blah blah, and you have the physical version, I put it in my thing, and it unlocks the digital thing automatically. But then that disc is nuked because it had some key, something on it, burned, unique per burn.
Yep.
That it just disables it. Like, this shit should not be that hard. But again, you get to the top when, like we were just talking about Jim Ryan, like you manage shit on spreadsheets, and all of a sudden you can't do that stuff like that. So it's a little irritating.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I wish I had just even turned my discs in and say, hey, give me the code for the old PlayStation 5 version of it. So we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but GTA 5 is having a big old update. New island.
Yeah.
And a new heist. D, what do you know about this new heist?
Oh my god! So new heist, you can do it solo. They're gonna expand fucking GTA Online. We got to team up with Woods. Motherfucker's got like $70 billion from when he had a little hiatus there at work.
Chitty bang
Yeah,
bang.
and all he did was play GTA 5 online. And holy Christ, if a game ever needed a remaster digital because you play it online, can someone please visually update GTA 5 so that everyone plays it? Because the gameplay is fantastic. It needs like a little sprucing up now. It's like locked into like PS3 land, and it's getting a little behind.
It's gonna be at some point they're gonna do exactly what they did with GTA Online now, from the transition from the PS3 to the PS4.
Okay.
So at a certain point, right, they cut off the content and said,
Yeah.
well,
Upgrade
all the
it.
new shit, you got to upgrade now. Same
it.
shit's going to happen with the PlayStation 5.
Good.
But I think what this really says about this online mode of Grand Theft Auto is that it's going to be a forever expanding thing and mutating thing. You know, a la Fortnite or a la, you know.
Didn't they have what? Hang on. So, didn't they say that the PlayStation 5 version of GTA Online was going to be free for PlayStation Plus members?
Yes, they did.
Oh, really?
So that's
I
why
hadn't
I'm
heard
saying
that.
it's like going to be like Warzone.
Good.
Right, where it's gonna be the same, right? But like Grand Theft Auto 6 will come out. It might be a story-driven game between, that takes place between like Colombia and Miami and wherever they're speculating, right? Like it's going to be like an 80s drug game vibe, like Vice City was. And my thing is that they'll just have two different maps.
Good.
In GTA Online, or maybe they'll just basically add the second map or
Well, honestly, it's what they should do. They should honestly decouple this shit, just like Call of Duty's doing. Warzone is its own thing, and GTA Online should be its own thing. There is zero fucking reason that it should take Rockstar 20 fucking years to develop a new Grand Theft Auto. That shit is their gold, and they need to come out with one.
Well, it has
every 4 to 5 years. Like,
well, they don't though, D. Because Grand Theft Auto Online rakes it in cash.
Great. So keep that going with its own development team.
Yeah. But they I mean, and that's what they're doing.
They should be split. So these games should start coming out more and more frequently because they have their own team, and GTA Online, like you said, just is its own thing, and it just keeps going whichever direction it's going.
Well,
but right now it's coupled because it was coupled with GTA 5, and that's the shit that needs to change. It needs to break off.
So one thing I am though excited now around the Rockstar train, and this is not in the news. However, it was rumors floating around today as to some of the other work Rockstar has been up to.
Ooh.
And there was an eBay listing that showed it was, I forget what it was called, the Red Dead combo. It was the Red Dead combo game. Fucking, I don't know. But
a horse riding simulator?
Yeah, all horse riding simulator. So, no, but like, sounds like they're rebaking and remaking or Red Dead Redemption in the Red Dead 2 engine. And what that also tells me is that there is going to be a big expansion coming to Red Dead Online, where you're actually going to be able to go into Mexico, not just New Austin.
Nice.
So, just like in Red Dead Redemption 1. So, hopefully
that makes a ton of sense. That's what they should do, because those things should fund the single player story shits to keep coming out more frequently.
And they better include zombies mode.
Yeah.
It
should be everything.
From the Night of the Walking Dead thing that they did.
Yeah.
So hopefully those rumors are true and it's awesome. But I forget what Amazon was supposed to do. But people are trying to say it looked like maybe it was fake, but it looked really real, like to me at least. And the listing got pulled from Amazon right quick, so that also makes me think it was a mistake.
We have breaking news. I have breaking news.
All right.
We have our first contributor to the chat on YouTube Live.
Yes.
Someone wanted a shout out for a happy birthday. P. Niz from our friend Blank Circle. You may have to correct me. I don't know, man. PEEYNIS. It's fucking your birthday. We all say happy birthday, and we cheers you, my friend.
At least cumpleaños.
I hope you're gaming. We love you.
Wow, nice. That is breaking news.
It is breaking news. We're growing. Pretty soon, we won't have to work anymore. That's our first YouTube comment. So,
happy gaming and happy
gaming, happy
barbecue.
birthday.
Smoking.
Yeah, find us
Yes,
on
sir.
PlayStation Live, man. So we love to play games with
Or madam.
with different people. What's that? Or ma'am? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said sir or ma'am. No, I was
I fucked
correcting
up.
myself because I didn't
My
know. We're not
fault.
So
Yep,
shout
my
out.
fault.
Yep. So, thanks for listening, guys. Continuing on to the news, we got some more news to get through here quick. Yeah. So, last week I teased the Demon Souls infamous new door.
I want to hear.
Yes, you did.
There is a hidden door in Demon Souls that was added by Bluepoint. No one knew how to get into it, and all of the Souls heads were frantically trying to get into it. Now, this was brought to my attention by Lobos Jr., one of the first people I follow, but I don't remember. I think it was Destructoid was the person that got it first. I apologize for not getting it appropriately credited, but those in the Souls community can easily dig that up if they want. However, the secret door to Demon Souls is unlocked by getting 30 coins and offering those up to the birds. And if you know about Souls games, you know
Hang on, what does that mean?
So there's there's this tree where you walk up to the tree and you hear these crows start talking to you. You can't see them, you just hear them talking to you, and there's usually a little nest down below, and then you can drop items in the game. So if you drop items in the game, they'll take your items and give you a better or a different item. So you can usually get upgrade materials or weapons depending on what you drop. You drop different things, they give you different things back.
So you put all your 30 coins in there?
Drop 30 coins in there.
Okay.
Coins are hard to obtain in the game. However, they do carry over between games, so you can, you get a key. Said key unlocks the door, and you get the Penetrator armor set, which is one of the bosses in the game. And
What's his favorite set?
It is his favorite set. So shout out to the Souls community. It did take them a good week to figure out.
Yeah, no shit. That's a lot of people.
Exactly it was, which is something to say about these people who do all these.
I'm
crazy
assuming
shit.
that was a lot of work and a lot of people dropping random amounts of coins into that bucket to figure it out.
Dropping coins and then changing world tendencies, wearing different outfits. I mean, it could have been one of anything, because there are certain things in Souls games where if you bring something to a door, it opens up. So that's the key.
All right, so what's behind that fucking door?
The Penetrator armor set.
So the Penetrator armor set.
I'm sorry. So you walk back, there is a little balcony, and there's a body laying there, and it's the armor set. So it's a long.
Is it a bunch of buffs and shit? Like, is it super
it's
worth
got different,
doing?
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool, and it's got different buffs and protections and whatnot.
Okay.
And but the Penetrator armor set was never available previously in the game, so people were speculating that's what that could be. It's a body laying on like a slab of stone or something. So it's like, you pick up the body's armor set. So that mystery has been solved. So
Nice.
D, you got a couple of quick things we want to whip through here with deals and whatnot, and then I want to hear Woodsy's got a PSA for all you PlayStation 5 upgrade folks. D, what are some of the deals going on for Black Friday?
Black Friday! Holy shit!
story.
I found that. I just wanted to run through it, man. It's fucking Black Friday on Friday. Fucking coronavirus. CJ needs to re-up. All right, so we'll run through this fairly quickly, but I just wanted to run through shit for any of the listeners out there. I consolidated some shit that I saw. First and foremost, as we mentioned previously, before they consolidate PlayStation Plus into whatever the hell it's going to be moving forward, you should go grab the PlayStation Plus reduced price 1-year subscriptions on CD Keys or eBay right now. You can get them almost half price, $33 right now for 1-year PlayStation Plus, cdkeys.com or eBay. Scoop that shit up, because I'm assuming that some of that's going to get grandfathered into whatever the hell this thing morphs into when it becomes much, much better. So get on that. Thoughts on I've seen now one of these is Watch Dogs Legion, already half price.
Came out a week before console launches.
Ooh, yeah. So what does that mean? 5 weeks? 5 weeks ago? Yeah, that's not good.
Like 3 weeks ago.
So $30 you can pick that up. That kind of scares me into getting it now. I liked the first one, but seeing it half price after 4 weeks is like, yeah, okay.
Wait for the full edition to go for $12.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. So Tony Hawk 1 and 2, $25. Woodsy, worth it.
Oh my god!
Done.
I mean, especially if you played Tony Hawk
any of them
PlayStation
previously,
2
yeah.
or 360 or whatever, not 360, but N64, wherever the fuck you were jamming on back in the 90s. Goddamn, man, it is so good.
Mortal
So-
Kombat 11, the the Ultimate Edition, $25 at Best Buy and Walmart. CJ, worth it? $25?
Absolutely. Although you can buy the base game on PS4 for usually around $10-15 and get the free upgrade, but then you're dealing with the headache that I'm dealing with. So fuck it, man.
so
Buy
for
that
10
PlayStation
yeah.
5 version.
How much more do you get for $10?
You get a bunch of characters and shit. Like
Okay.
you get plenty of content and the ease of not dealing with all this nonsense that I'm dealing with. But yeah,
to
that's a
buy
good price, man.
characters
And-
and shit onesie twosie. Like, so is that going to include all the Rambos and shit that you were?
Yeah, you get
Talking
Rambo,
about, or is
you
that
get
still
Spawn,
DLC?
you get
Okay.
Terminator, fucking RoboCop,
Nice.
all those jokers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima. Did I say it right?
yeah,
Ghost
Tsushima,
of Tsushima,
close
yeah.
enough. Yeah,
Nice. I was pretty close. $40.
But then, that's actually 30 on the
What?
PlayStation
Oh, I
Network
didn't
right
see
now
it.
in digital.
oh,
okay.
that's $30.
I believe.
I was gonna say
I
hold
should
for
maybe
30.
go grab that.
And they just did a big update. I don't know if we covered it on the show because we haven't really played it, but
No,
they have
we
the
haven't.
multiplayer.
We gotta get
in there
Dustin
now,
on.
So.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, $25 at Target, Black Friday. CJ,
buy,
$25. Buy.
Well, all worth it. Yeah.
Another shocking development: Star Wars Squadrons, under $20 at Amazon and GameStop already.
Wow.
Yee.
Yeah, but we got it on digital, and
We
we
do.
were early adopters.
We were early adopters.
Played that twice.
One of the ones I wanted to circle around with maybe Woods, because I know CJ is already here, but Switch bundles going to be $300 Black Friday, Walmart and GameStop. I am super interested because my boy's getting into games.
I'm
Woods.
calling no buy.
No buy.
Explicitly because I think, and it is as rumored, that there may be a new edition of the Switch coming shortly.
Midlife bump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or-
they're going to get their bump. But
Is a
the Switch
midlife
is not
bump or is
real
it going to be a new thing?
They're going to come out with their Switch Pro probably next year, maybe the
Okay.
year after. But I mean, the Switch is not nearly powerful as it should be. But if you're getting it to
As
play
expected.
with Jake and then Justin and whatnot, and you're playing Mario Kart and you're
Right.
playing,
It's
Mario
to
Odyssey
play
and
the
whatnot.
proprietary games.
Exactly, and then that's what I use mine for too.
Yeah.
It's it's a good concept
Because
for that, man.
and then not to mention, I'm interested also for co-op games because kind of unlike Woods there. So like Carrie loves playing video games too, but like not Call of Duty, not a lot of this other shit. Like, and it's very hard to scroll through PlayStation and find just like decent like same split screen games or same.
You know, it's
like
a
we
split
found the
screen game?
Overcooked.
Tony Hawk's Pro
Is it really?
Too, baby.
Yeah, I will grab that. I'll see if she'll play it because she's played. God damn it! It was Overcooked and then Portal. That was the one I was trying to think of. But like the
perfect
Overcooked
for that, man. So,
So-
I'd say Switch is definitely in line.
for $300.
$300 is
Good to go?
I mean, $300
Alright.
is
Persona 5, $25 GameStop. Crash 4, somehow already half off
Wow.
at Walmart. Shocking or not?
They got you in with the old Insane Trilogy available on PS
I
Plus.
heard Crash
section.
4 is fucking great. Too.
That's what I
heard
heard
that
too,
too,
which is
so-
why I was a little. Okay, I thought it was a little weird. It was half off. Now, peripherals. Get in line again if you guys like being butt fucked by Walmart. Get in line at Walmart. Vizio 70-inch HDR HDMI 2, $478. Got to get in there Wednesday night. Most likely got to deal with that same bullshit we all deal with right now doing the PlayStation. You're going to have to get there, refresh the page, blah, blah, blah.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, holy shit, that's a crazy deal. I'm going to be on there Wednesday night because I'm thinking about getting that for my outside TV. So, the other thing Walmart's got, Turtle Beach Recon 70 headset, $23, also Wednesday night. And that's
Nice.
what I got. Black
Wow.
Friday.
Those
Get
are
some gaming
some
stuff.
So Woods, you have a PSA. You've posted this on various forums, but you've worn the cape for everyone, and you figured out how to safely install an external hard drive on a PlayStation 5.
I don't know if I figured it out, but at least for me, it has worked and worked really
So-
good.
So what'd you do? Because I've heard it's necessarily plug and play as they want you to lead you to believe. So
let me get to a piece of news we missed first that I want to talk about. To go with the sales, The Last of Us Part 2 is also $30 on the PlayStation Store.
Yep.
So I have been putting off buying this game also because, again, fuck, am I going to have to buy The Last of Us 2 remastered now on the PS5? So the conductor of the orchestra that did the music for The Last of Us had a Twitter post talking about there's a lot more to come or something like this, and then it was since deleted. So supposedly, and it was around the Game Awards, some Game Awards tweet. So supposedly during the Game Awards there might be an announcement about The Last of Us 2.
Oh shit.
Well, they do have factions, right? So it could be
Right.
factions, or it could be the remastered version. But to me, like
Or DLC.
or DLC. But Last of Us, man, for me, there's not a lot of loading screens in the game. The game is beautiful on PlayStation 4, and it really is a story-driven game. So I would say,
That's
you could wait for a remastered version, and Naughty Dog has been catching a lot of flack because it runs essentially the same on the PlayStation 5 as it did on the PlayStation 4 Pro, unlike other games like Days Gone, which got certain boosts and bumps from the new consoles. But for $30 for The Last of Us 2, man, that story, I was just thinking with it the other day with it being announced for the Game Awards, man, that story still resonates a lot with me. So I hear what you're saying, but I really don't think that you're going to get that much more out of a next-gen version of said game. So it's up to you, the consumer. So
it is indeed. Well, anyway, so back to the hard drive, Majigger.
yeah,
Um,
what'd you do?
so I'll give you the truncated steps as best I can.
Yeah.
They're already posted on Twitter, also on Kind of Funny Games Facebook group and Colin's Last Stand Facebook group. You can find me on there and then look that shit up. But it's beefy. So what I basically did was I moved all of the games that I wanted on my external drive off of my internal drive onto my external to make sure I was just plugging and playing with the games I wanted most off that list. So I took care of that. Then I defragged the drive by doing the safe mode start and everything like that. Rebuild the database, I guess is what they call it, right? And then I allowed all of the games to upload or update. Once that was complete, I believe I turned off the internet on my PS4, so no new games would update after that. I backed up all of my save data right before I did that to the cloud.
From your PS4.
From my PlayStation 4. And then I booted it down one more time, and I did one last defrag, I believe. And in the process, while I was doing that on the PlayStation 5, I had moved all of the PlayStation 4 games that were on my PS5. I deleted them off. I downloaded, and I went into and deleted the PlayStation 5 versions of those saves, even the ones that were on the cloud. So I deleted all that shit. Basically, any and all trace of anything PS4 on my PlayStation 5. Because I was running into problems with when I was doing individual tests with Assassin's Creed Unity and that shit. So that's why I decided to purge everything on my PlayStation 5 that was PS4 related. And then I downloaded all of the saves from the cloud on my PS5. And then after that was completed, I plugged in the external hard drive after powering down my PlayStation 4 into my PS5. You have to use one of the back ports. It will not work in the front port, as I found out. The back two are USB 3.0 speed ports, and the front is just a power port.
USB
so it has,
2 then?
Yeah, I think so. So, which is always so weird. I don't understand why they would just it'd be USB 3 everything, but
I don't know.
whatever.
It's weird.
That is a very weird decision.
Right. But regardless, turned it on, and shockingly enough, don't do anything while it's kind of reading your hard drive. It has to go through and kind of catalog it. And then you can find everything in your library in the installed menu. And it actually is nice, is it segregates your games that are installed, your PlayStation 5 games from your PlayStation 4 games. And it has some nice
like
simple,
what, into folders or what?
they're just bifurcated between those two platforms, correct? And it's pretty nice and all that, but it has been working smooth. I do go into standby mode all the time. I never fully power off, and I haven't had these issues where, save files are getting lost, or I'm having to rebuild my database on my PS5 for other strange reasons, or I'm losing this, that, or the other thing. Haven't had any problems with it. Everything's worked great. Running PS5 games off the PS5 and my PS4 games off the PS4. The external hard drive. So,
yeah.
It's been great. Oh, I also set the default install place for PlayStation 4 games to the external on my PS5. I did that as well. So it was a long and arduous process, and it actually got kind of fucked up halfway through because of the PlayStation 4 OS 8.01 update. Literally wiped my PlayStation 4, sent it back to factory settings out of absolutely nowhere. And
right,
thank God,
that's crazy.
Thank God I had already uploaded my my saves to the cloud.
I'm wondering if that has to do with some sort of flag for PS5, because I had zero issuos with that update.
I lost all of my
I was freaking out.
Either. Yeah.
I was mad though. I lost all of my screenshots and all of my videos that I took.
Oh, because I was freaking out. I went and wanted to go disconnect my shit from the internet, because I was like, oh shit, I gotta go stop this thing, and then it was like, oh, too late. Shit's already updated.
Anyway, if you want the step-by-step instructions it took, again, go find it on Twitter. I think it's our pinned tweet right now, and it probably we'll leave it pinned at least for the.
Leave that pinned there for a while, because that's a good PS.
Yeah, that's a good pin.
So I'll go out there and retweet that and like it.
Right.
All right.
As you should do.
Siege, give me a trophy hunter update, baby.
So yeah, let me whip around some trophies, because I have definitely had some thoughts on this new trophy system. So Mortal Kombat 11 has their own trophy system with the PS5, which I was pretty excited to see, so I could re-platinum the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of the trophies do pop when you do various things. So there is some concern about, hey, if I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla on my PlayStation 5 and my Xbox One, the saves transfer seamlessly, but if I do this one achievement on the Xbox, it's not going to pop on the PlayStation 5 until I redo the whole game again. As far as Mortal Kombat 11 goes, there's trophies for completing all the tutorials, for example, which are a fucking pain in the ass. You go to the tutorial section, because the lower level tutorials are not bad, or training sessions are not that bad, but you get into more of the advanced button prompts, and it's really fucking big pain in the ass. So that being said, I go in there and I do. First of all, let me say I was very excited to see there was a new I booted up the PlayStation 5 version of it right away, and so I had 0% of the game done, and I was like, holy shit, here, let's fucking go.
Big D.
You go into the
Dragon's
Milk. Fucking love Dragon's
Milk.
Dragon's
Tutorial.
Milk Solera edition.
Yeah, that's nice. And if you finish one of the tutorials, then all tutorial trophies pop. And it happens in certain other things, like you get 2 trophies for beating the story mode. Well, when you upload your save from PlayStation 4, you can do chapter select to the last chapter and skip the entire story mode again. So there are certain things you can do which really help me get through the PlayStation 5 trophies. However, other things like playing 50 online matches required me to go back and do that again. 100 brutalities, had to do that again. But the bigger gripe, which I was quite frustrated with, is the trophies were not tracked.
All right, so hold on now. I asked you this question the other day, and I think you were surprised by how I responded. But I would think that what you're about to get into would be a good thing for the hardcores, especially the hardcores who also are big into trophies.
So my problem with the trophies not being tracked is Mortal Kombat 11 is a good example of why trophies should be tracked. You have to do 100 brutalities, right? And there's some in-game tracking in that for that one, but there's other things like play 50 online matches, or run 5 kilometers in the crypt, or open 250 chests, right? There's no good way to track a lot of these requirements. Defeat 10 character ladders, these are all things that are, collect this many of that would be perfect for trophy tracking, and it's not done in game, which is a little disappointing. From what I understand about Xbox achievements, there's a progression meter, and everything's tracked in there. It's very granular, and there are trophies tracked, like in Demon Souls. I know how many spells I have or how many miracles I have. With this one, it's not there, and I'm hoping that because it's natively a PlayStation 4 game is why it's not tracked. But tracking is not quite where I want it to be right now. So,
That's disappointing.
So I was kind of pissed about that. So overall though, I was pretty stoked. I like the new recordings on trophies. Like I said, I definitely set up my platinum to have a brutality old scorpion toasty thing. But
I am a little disappointed though, actually, with that slightly. It does take the recording of the moment it happens for PlayStation 4 games, but it doesn't have that cool banner that when you get the for the PlayStation 5 games.
Get that PlayStation. Get that. My name is Mayo for that PlayStation 5. Cool,
Where's the PlayStation 5 edition? My name is Mayo. I want to click that shit at least 10,000 more times.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's got a little bit ways to go yet, but it's not quite where it needs to be. But being an early adopter, you get what you get. So
true.
So I'll kind of cut trophy time off there. We got more things I want to get through. I want to get you guys your time to shine here. D, you have something
What
very
do you need,
sexy
homie?
posted to your Twitter account right now.
Oh fuck! I still got learning to do, man. I'm learning how to use this fucking thing. I tried to make a 12-pound brisket again today, and I got up at fucking 5 and put that bitch on. So last night I injected it with beef broth.
Last night I injected your mom with my broth.
Yeah. I just Woods is so used to getting hot beef injections that just doesn't even register to him anymore. So that brisket got injected with hot beef broth and barbecue rub. Sat in the fridge overnight. Got up at 5 this morning to start that goddamn smoker, and I was still jacking up that temperature at 3, 4, 5 o'clock to get that motherfucker done for dinner time, and I've decided now that what's going to happen next time with the 12-pound brisket is when we stay up late to play games, I'm just going to roll that bitch out of my garage at 1 or 2 in the morning, and that's when it's going to go on, and I'm just going to go to regular bed instead of trying to wake up. It was still super tasty, so the cap end was still really good. The point end was a little dry, probably because I didn't let it rest long enough, / I had to jack up the temperature, but that was good. So gonna do a turkey this week for Thanksgiving, so fucking quarantine, so hanging out on our own, jerking off for Thanksgiving, so gonna put a 24-pound turkey on the smoker at noon or so on Thursday, so that should be fun. Trying to think of anything else we've done recently. Just the normal shit, man. I put pizza and stuff on there all the time. Man, if you guys don't have a pellet grill, you guys are in the market for a grill, some of them can be a little pricey. And Woods and I went and got the 36-inch model. You probably don't need that. You can save some money and get the little one. Yeah, great. No. Yeah. So during coronavirus, if you have 30 people at your house and you need to make 17 racks of ribs at the same time, sure. If it's just you and your family, the 18er will do just fine. and then you can get the 36-inch later to be your party
I
grill.
mean, if you want to get the show, get the show. And I mean, some guys can't handle the big boy. You know
That's
what
right.
you want to do.
They don't need
You
it
want
deep
the
like
short
that.
one. If you want the short.
So
get
what?
the little snub. What's up?
Now with
Oh yeah,
with-
pile of
with-
shame.
we do. I want to cover this because I've been
Get
eagerly anticipating.
it in there,
Woodsy.
Woods. Get it in
Woodsy,
there.
There has been Black Friday sales going on PSN. I heard a rumor from someone that you added quite a bit to your pile of shame. So Woods, what's a pile of shame update this week?
Well, let's
Never
just say I had a really long week last week. I'm talking like 62-hour long. Having my daughter home for a few of those days, not in daycare. So I needed some fucking retail therapy, motherfucker. And I done got my retail therapy.
You
So,
bought 12 dildos.
oh, shit, son.
He did buy a bag of dicks.
He did
So-
buy a bag of dicks. Woods, talk about your bag of dicks.
I bought a bag of dicks. Dog toys. They're an herbal hemp remedy.
Did Lauren
they're
find
dog-
her
they're
bag of dicks?
they're like edibles for dogs. CBD edible dog. He's sleeping very soundly right now, actually. So
He choked on
Those
that
dicks,
bag of
look,
dicks and he's
that
sleeping
bag
over
of
there.
dicks put him to bed. You know what I'm saying?
On the PlayStation
Friday,
front.
I believe it was Friday, maybe it was Saturday. I done did a thing and bought 39 games.
39?
39
Now,
games.
to be
So-
honest,
so-
Woods was being a good friend. He shot me a good list of, it must have been at least 24 that out of that group, if you were a PS Plus member, were like $2. So, like, I swear I bought 25 games because I was drunk, and he was like, buy these games! And I went, okay. And I just
So-
put them in my cart, and it was $50.
A peek behind the curtain here. So,
Hold on. And then last night, when I was really drunk,
Oh, no.
and I knew I didn't have work today, and I knew my wife was going to take care of my daughter, I done did another thing.
Woodsy.
what did you buy?
I got another 10 games on top of the 39 games.
So a peek behind the curtain. So we had this conversation yesterday, and I guessed the number was what, 16, I think.
Yes.
So you bought 45 games over 2 transactions.
No, 49. 40,
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
49 games across like 3 or 4 transactions now. Yeah.
Of those 49 games, how many can you name?
I bet he can do most of them. He's got a good memory.
Okay, hold on.
You don't have to name them all, but
Sniper Ghost Contracts, Aria, Everything, Ghost of Tsushima. Oh God, there's a bunch I'm missing. Risk of Rain 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Overwatch. Hot Shots Tennis.
we're at like 6 or 7 here. So
Fuck you.
you know,
Let me look here.
My name is Mayo
He's
too.
He's gonna have to
Resident
look.
Evil 3. I missed Resident Evil 3. Far Cry New Dawn. That
Oh, you'll
was
have
in
to let me
there.
know how that was. I
So
get.
what?
You'll have to let me know how that one was. I get a little
Yeah.
tired of the Ubisoft. Like, here's this map and you unlock.
Oh, the Grand Theft
800,000
Auto
things.
trilogy, which I talked about.
You already taught that one.
Yeah. Let's see here. Demon
so,
Up.
so we're going a
Default.
little long here. So you went hard in the paint though on your pile of shame this week. So
Yeah, I done bought a few games.
couple 50 odd games. So.
Iron Man VR. Bayonetta. Vanquish. The remasters of those. Lots of quality titles.
Dude,
Oh, man.
we gotta get you
I-
we gotta get you plugged into that Chrome extension so that we can publish just the list. I want the list, and I want to publish it so that our viewers can see it. We need your library published. It needs to be a thing,
Okay.
and it needs to be shared.
Yeah.
You have to admit
Especially if it's
that.
going to be a segment on the show here. So with that, with Woods' epic pile of shame, D's smoking, and me trophy hunting, that concludes our 19th episode of the Raw Cuts Gaming Podcast.
20 weeks,
Thanks
boys.
to you, the listener, for tuning in to our uncut takes and all things video games. We hope you join us each and every week. Shout out to the person listening live on YouTube.
That's
I
true.
was not
Thank
expecting
you.
that.
I wasn't either.
Happy birthday to Penis, or whatever your name is.
It was
Man,
penis.
son.
The Rock's ass.
It was a penis joke.
It was. That's what I thought. If you'd like to be part of the conversation, chime in on YouTube live like you did. Or if you want to tell us how much you hate
Hate.
us, we encourage you to reach out to us. The best place to find us is on Twitter at Rockets Gaming. If you'd like to see watch a podcast live, obviously, like some of you are, check out YouTube, Rockets Gaming channel. The soundboard was teased, but it wasn't showing up as much as it.
What the Rock is cooking.
So this is a formal invitation to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If you'd like to be part of the show,
We'd love to have you on the
welcome
show
on
because
in.
we've heard you're an awesome
man,
dude.
we will
And
talk anything you want.
I
We'll
used to
talk
watch all your
WWE
shit.
rap. We'll talk that Fast and the Furious.
Although I'm gonna have to admit,
Gosh.
I rooted for him to lose against Stone Cold. So
we all did.
I'm sorry.
He has that Rock. If you want to come out and promote that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Xbox, we'll be more than happy to brush up on some Xbox news. So also you can reach out to us on our email account if you'd like to submit a question to the show. rawcutsgaming@gmail.com.
Send us porn,
As always,
homemade
So
porn.
Big D,
It's all fine.
if people want to get a hold of you, where's the best place to get a hold of you at?
Noob_Naked Gamer at the Twitches, and Naked Gamer 84 on the Twitter machine with the bird symbol.
Woodsy, if people want to hear your hot takes, your Twitter beef makes, where can people find you?
Your upper deckers.
They can find me in your mama's panties.
Ooh.
Google Woods Upper Decker image search it. You'll see a picture from college.
If you've ever wanted an awkward breakfast, invite Woods over.
__Wads with a Z.
And if you want to find me, your resident trophy hunting host, you can find me on Twitter at CJ Reindl. And with that concludes the 19th episode of the Rockets Gaming
19.
Podcast.
Love you. Thanks, Ryan. Fuck you with your penis jokes.